Hey guys, so this is another first impressions video, and this time it's from NomNom. And I'm sorry guys for being late for this video and not doing the update video for the last hero. Pretty much a perfect storm of things happened for me to not make those videos. From going to the hospital for power outages and literally having my phone wet. That was freaking scary. A lot of things happened, and I really wanted to have defense footage for the update video, and it all ended up me not be able to do the video for a bunch of different reasons. So yeah, sorry about that, but no worries, I'm gonna make this one. And by the way, I already did this same video, first impression from NomNom, but I recorded without any sound, so this is my second time doing this video. Yay! So second time's the charm, huh? Anyhow, skill, slow speed, usually pretty bad. Devours the target. There's no explanation what exactly devours means, but that really sounds awesome anyway. Sooner or later we'll know what devour means. Dealing 500% damage. Imprisons them 3 turns, pretty much imprisons, and turns them yellow, and applies dissolve for 3 turns. That's a new word that we have there, dissolved. Dissolve deals 540% damage when each turn begins. In prison, we already know what prison does. A bunch of heroes do it. Like, for example, Arthur. For 3 turns, it pretty much gets stunned there, but it's not stunned. Remember, it's not a stun. Passive. When any ally changes color, all allies deal 30% more damage to weaker elements for 3 turns. When any enemy changes color, all enemies take 30% more damage from stronger elements for 3 turns. So that pretty much means if an enemy becomes yellow or anything like that, they are going to receive 60% more damage. Pretty much, it's that. But during my testing, I did notice that the buff that the allies get for 30% more damage to weaker element does not appear on the options. So I'm going to ask the developers about that. In that case, I'm going to show you a little later what I mean there. Now, for awakenings. This awakening is pretty crazy. Enhanced Dissolve. When Dissolve deals damage, it reduces the target healing received and shield gained by 30% for 2 turns. So this is not too crazy, sorry. This part exactly is not too crazy. Because there are heroes that you're able to do exactly this by 50%, by 100% with their +3 and things like that. So this is not too crazy. However, this is Enhanced Dissolve. If the target current HP is below 20%, Dissolve triggers Execute. So that is really freaking awesome. If it's a hero that is not immortal. If it is immortal, that's going to activate immortal. And we're going to talk about that in a second. But Execute, super awesome always. +2 increases attack, defense, and HP by 8%, usual 8%, and takes 20% less damage from stronger element. So this I like a lot. Not only because if it's turned yellow, it's going to receive 20% less damage, but if she's turned to any color that she becomes weak against. In other words, if she becomes green and she's attacked by red, she's going to take 20% less damage here. So that is really freaking awesome. Very nice. The +3, when taking a fatal blow, instantly restores 50% of mass HP and becomes immune to death this turn. That's awesome. Then heals 30% of mass HP when each following turn begins for 3 turns. Triggers 1 time, and it's not reduced by reduced healing effects. So that pretty much means you can use her at F1 and she's still going to heal. So she's going to be, and she'll be able to heal over 100%. So she revives and then she gains 30 and then gains 30. That's over 100. And then she receives damage and the next turn passes. She's going to get 30% more healing there. So that's really cool. In that case, Enhanced Execute. Execute damage ignores death immunity. So that is freaking awesome. Remember when you had problems with the most annoying thing in the world is having a hero revive and you have to wait 3 turns to kill him again. So with this +3, that is no longer a problem. So that's really awesome. And did I mention that her passive damage actually kills a hero? In other words, if her damage hits and the HP is less than 20%, And that's going to activate execute right there, man. So I'm going to show you that on the first footage that I have. So that's really freaking awesome. I thought that it was she goes off and the target gets execute like past heroes. But no, her passive damage with the debuff, with the dissolve, that's going to execute right then and there. So that's awesome, man. Super powerful stuff. Very powerful. +4, the same as the +2. And the +5. This +5. I will say right off the bat that is the text is different from what I showed in my new hero video, because that's what they actually gave me. But that doesn't mean that it's less powerful, because when casting a skill, there's a 30% chance to apply dissolve to all other enemies excluding the main target. This spells buffs from enemies affected by dissolve. That is really powerful. So she's pretty much a dispeller at this point. But going back to the 30%, this 30%, when I receive that skill from one of my heroes, two other heroes get also dissolve. One other hero gets also dissolve. On other instances, I've had 3 other heroes getting dissolved. So it's 4 targets with dissolve, and every single one of them, I'm afraid that they're gonna die. So yeah, that's really worrisome. Very powerful as well. So even though it says 30%, it's 30% chance for every single hero on your team, or on the enemy team if you're using her. That's really freaking powerful. Do not underestimate this ability. It's gonna pretty much, yeah, it's really freaking powerful. At the end of each turn, deals 500% damage that ignores shields to enemies under stun, imprisonment, mutation, sleep, or frostbite. So any of these undispellable debuffs, if they're gonna get 500% extra damage directly to the life. So if you weren't already worried about Tesseron doing damage directly to your life, this gal is also gonna do damage directly to your life if you have any of these undispellable debuffs. And do not I'm not gonna ignore this little word mutation. We haven't had mutation. So, pretty much it's going to be a new hero that's going to be released with a mutation ability. So, I don't know what's exactly mutation. Maybe turn something into something else or whatever. But anyhow, we know the future because of this, guys. So, yeah, this ability right here, doing life directly, damage directly to life is really freaking powerful, and it's gonna be improved by 60% more damage, so it's really freaking scary. And you're gonna be scared even more if you're gonna get executed, and even though it's immortal. So yeah, that's really powerful stuff, guys. Very, very scary stuff. So I was talking about scary stuff. I'm gonna show you the first footage of me using NomNom. And NomNom, here, I just focused her debuff. I have her +3, by the way, so I'm not gonna spread all my stuff everywhere. Oh my god, that sounded too bad. I put the debuff on Terran, and he dies right off the bat when he receives the debuff damage. Even if he's immortal, he dies right off the bat. So that's super important. Even though Tesseron doesn't really need much of that, it's still good to know that you're able to destroy that specific target, and make sure you don't have to actually hit any other targets with other teams and things like that. So check it out.
Destroy.
Thanks. What? I'm what a show!
Let all things return to gold. I love my patience the most.
I'm okay, thanks. Silence is gold. item.
So yeah, even though NomNom didn't actually overperform there, the simple ability to be able to take out Terran is invaluable to me, and specifically in a team with Adretha. That would be freaking amazing to actually do that, because Adretha's main enemy is Terran, and Terran going off every single freaking turn. But if NomNom takes care of him, that's freaking amazing. And many other targets that are taunting, things like that. So yeah, and the execute is beautiful stuff, guys. Beautiful stuff. So now I'm going to show you a second footage in which I attack her on defense. She's +5, by the way. She does insane amounts of damage. And when she goes off, you can see that her dissolve debuff goes to not only one of my team, but 2 other ones. So it's 3, 2, and things like that. And every single time I get that dissolve, I'm worried that somebody's gonna die, and somebody dies. So yeah, check it out, guys.
I can make it through.
You will all obey me! I will rip
Death follows. For the sake of Antia.
You will all obey me! You will all obey me! I will rip you to shreds!
Mushrooming strikes! Praise the light!
A breakthrough.
Praise the light!
I will rip you to shreds!
Death follows.
I can make it through.
Praise the light!
For the sake of Antia.
I will rip you to shreds!
Mushrooming strikes!
A breakthrough.
Praise the light!
A breakthrough.
I will rip you to shreds!
Praise the light!
Death follows.
Praise the light!
I will rip you to
For the
shreds!
sake of Antia.
So as you can see, that +5, that +5 changes everything. She can turn into your main damage dealer if there is a lot of targets around there. So yeah, that dissolve is no joke. Yeah, very scary stuff, guys. Very powerful stuff. Now, another thing that I did show you on my recording that I did a moment ago is that you are able to turn more than one enemy yellow. So even if there's only one enemy in the board, you're able to turn them into yellow. So that's something that color changers don't usually do. So we're gonna do that now. Where are you? This is good enough. So let's do it like this. I don't want to die, so I'm gonna do it like this. Maybe I should put better runes here.
73 of
Oh,
insomnia.
I totally forgot to say that she is Light Tower NomNom. So you will be able to use
compare me to
Volos with her. So she's able to go off over and over and over again. So maybe Volos and her on defense, maybe on the attack. It's not a bad idea. If she becomes your main damage dealer, it's not a bad idea if you have her at plus frickin' 5. So yeah. Let's see if I can give him...
The stars.
Oh, it does already have the best ones. I'm gonna give Volos better runes. Because I don't want him to frickin' die. Because mine is not exactly powerful. So I want him to at least survive this fight. Alright, let's go. So my objective here is to show you that you're able to turn yellow any of these. Not any of these, all of these. Wow. My Dreeth is dying, man. Alright. Let's give her some protection here. And get some... Oh, I'm not able to get any life because of the debuff. Oh, that's terrible. That is really problematic. Okay, there's gonna be the execute now. Check it. Whoa, that's execute. Man, that's disgusting stuff. Let's see if we can actually finally kill this. There we go. We got my life back. That's why it's important for you to have life steal on your runes, guys. To be able to gain back all that life. Let's just kill him here. And with the debuff, you don't have to attack her again. You just can pass the turn. So that way she's able to actually die with the debuff. See? So let's try to make these guys all yellow. There's a good connection here. Boom, boom, boom. One more. I'm gonna activate here to see if I can actually turn the fourth one yellow as well. Since it died, I can't really confirm if you're able to get more than 5, but yeah, trust me, you're able to. Don't worry. So let's start killing these guys. Boom, boom, man. Director N. I hope you got Director N from the last summons, because she is absolutely insane. You have to get her. Man. It's so close to get her. That's why it's important to get her weapon. Because Mana Gain is no joke, guys. I'm going to talk about that a little later, about the weapon. But yeah, you got to get that weapon, man. Alright. I don't want to actually kill him, but I'm going to do it anyway. I know they will be able to survive here. So now let's see if we can turn the other ones yellow. Yes. Alright, a little bit more. And lots of shield, lots of shields. So let's see, I don't have a lot. Purples. Oh, we got enough. So let's do it here. 4 targets. I wish I had enough to show you the 5. So pretty much you get the point. Every single hero is able to be turned yellow here. Oh, I forgot that I can actually do this too. Yes! See what I mean? Even if there's 5 freaking targets, you can turn everyone into yellow. And every single one is gonna get the thing. And remember, mine is not actually plus 3, it's actually plus 4. Yay, I got it to plus 4. So yeah, that is freaking powerful, guys. For sure. So every single one is gonna take damage, and look at that, all that freaking damage. Man, Bolos didn't survive. Gonna do it again, and may turn everyone turns into freaking yellow, which is freaking awesome. Let's see if we can start killing this. So pretty much that was the objective of all this, to actually turn everything yellow. So I can actually leave here, and I can show you other stuff from the hero. Yeah. So that was the objective. So we got it, guys. So you can turn every freaking hero into enemy into a yellow hero, so yellow target. So that's awesome. All right, so let's talk about one thing, because the thing is that some players have been complaining that her name is NomNom and her terrible character design or whatever. But I gotta say, I enjoy this hero a lot, especially her voice acting. And specifically her own form that she has right now, it is explained on her story. And remember, the Light Tower, it is full of heroes or pretty much characters that actually have labs and things like that, and that's where she actually appears there. And if you want to know about her story and you don't want to summon the hero, here is her story, and it does explain why she is called the way she is. She chose her own name there. And yeah, and also the way that she actually looks, so you understand why they chose that character design, is because her own form, or the round form, that's her real form. And then she turns into a magical girl that she actually read in a book. That way she's able to mingle with other humans and be able to eat a lot of stuff. So it is a fun story to read, and a pretty long one. So that's why I'm showing you this a little slowly here, because it's pretty long in general. Out of all the stories, it's probably one of the longest ones that I've read. So that's her story completely. If you really want to know why she is the way that she is, and why her freaking name, NomNom. Remember, if you're not from the United States, you're not going to get it. Because NomNom is a sound that people do when they actually eat. Yum, 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 yum. See, like that. So that's why she called herself NomNom. Because when she eats, he says NomNom. So I'm going to call myself NomNom. So he says it all the freaking time.
Good morning.
All she is eating everything, anything, anytime, man. So that's how she is, man. So yeah, I like her character design. It's a magical girl that eats everything, so that's freaking fun. And her voice acting is freaking amazing.
Overload.
Clank, clink. I mean, that is super awesome. Super cute. I love that. So anyway, something that we haven't talked about is badges. A good thing about having the hero yourself to test out, you can actually see the badge abilities, badge skills. So 30% more damage to weaker elements when battle begins. So pretty much all the damage he's going to do is going to be raised by 30%. So yeah, this is going to be a big buff for her. And the 9-1 is amazing because it's 12% attack for 2 turns when dealing skill damage to weaker elements, stacking up to 5 times. So that pretty much means she's gonna get 60% more attack. So this is really relevant. This actually raises her attack by a lot. So that's gonna help her out a lot in actually doing more damage in general. So that's really freaking awesome. So yeah, I think I mentioned everything. Pretty much I mentioned everything. Even I already talked about the weapon. If I wasn't clear, get her weapon. Get her weapon. You're going to use it for every single other strength hero you're going to use that you want them to go faster. And for her, 105% mana gain. That is freaking insane. Insane, guys. So yeah, if you're wondering if her weapon stacks, yes. It stacks 3 times, just like Lupita's weapon. 105% mana gain for her, and 60% mana gain for any other strength hero in your freaking arsenal. So that's going to be, you have to get her own weapon. Let me show you her own weapon. You gotta get her own weapon.
Have you ever tasted?
Okay, let's see. You gotta get her own weapon. So you're able to get mana gains for every single strength hero in your entire arsenal. Skill damage is really awesome too for anyone that actually does extra damage with skills. The first thing that comes to mind is Thor. So yeah, Thor is gonna help out with that because you want Thor to go off faster and as much as possible, and you are gonna need to want this. Thor's not doing a lot of damage, but that's gonna help him out. So yeah, best mana gain weapon for strength, bar none. Man, I've repeated it so many times because that's just how important it is for you to get this weapon. No better options, guys. No better options. Even if the one that you actually lose life, yeah, it's better than that one because it's gonna give you 60 but instead of 50. So yeah, really awesome.
Bread.
All right, did I cover everything? I think I did. Everything's covered. So, do I think that this is a must-have hero? You know me. I like to actually let the thing stew a little bit to make sure that I can guarantee say that she's a must-have hero. But with everything that I've seen, I'm leaning more towards must-have. Because we're talking about 60% more damage dealt to weaker elements, and that is not going to be ignored easily because you'll be able to do extra damage to bosses, a lot more freaking damage to bosses, dispelling and all that good stuff to them. In PvP, she's very freaking scary at plus freaking 5. Her weapon, her badge abilities are very powerful. Nobody has those abilities yet. All of them yet. And I'm seeing very scary stuff with her debuffs at +5. So yeah, I'm leaning towards must-have, but I'm gonna wait until the update video to be 100% sure to give you that actual score there. Now, for her awakenings, the +1 is really freaking powerful. Highly recommended to get. Execute is amazing, but this +3 with the execute ability to kill ignore death immunity is going to be invaluable to you. So I'm gonna say that the sweet spot for her is +3. Definitely get the +1. The +1 is going to help you out a lot, but the sweet spot is going to be this one, because this skill right here is going to help you gain the highest score possible in events. The events that actually need the turns and things like that, this is going to be invaluable for you to actually get the highest scores, the best rewards, and all that good stuff. So yeah, the +3 is definitely something you're going to want and need, and actually to get those. I'm not really sure if this is specifically is going to stay in the same turn. I'm going to talk about that in the first turn on the update video, but for now I'm going to say that the sweet spot is a +3. And then if you're not able to actually reach the +5, just get to +3, and then the next time that she's available, get her to +5. If you're able to get her to +5 now, yeah, this +5 is gonna do a lot of freaking damage, a lot of problems. And it's gonna make a bunch of the enemies get the debuff. So yeah, that is really freaking powerful. So I'm thinking that she could be a main damage dealer and on defense if you put her in the middle. If you put her on the back, she's not gonna getting so much mana back. If you could put her in the middle like you saw in my second video, yeah, that's gonna be freaking amazing, guys, for sure. Very powerful stuff, guys. All right, so there's one more thing that we gotta talk about, is that we have NomNom. And we also have Grusha, the absolute monster purple hero. And a lot of people have been asking me, Grusha or NomNom? Well, I mean, Grusha is one of my top 10 most impactful heroes of 2024. And she has been battle tested to death. And we all agree that Grusha is an absolute monster of a hero. So if you have to choose between Grusha and NomNom, I would say go for Grusha, because we already know that she's absolute monster in everything. Absolutely everything in the game. She does incredible amount of damage. I fought her recently with my team that's 50% more power against her. And she had like 6, 7, I think it was 10 debuffs on Summit. And when she went off, she still murdered one of my heroes, one-shot and turned them into freaking sabers, man. I said it correctly this time. It's not fair, it's sabers. So that is freaking amazing. There's very few heroes in the game that will give you problems when you have 50%, not 50%, 50k more power and 10 debuffs on Summit. Yeah, there's no heroes like that. It's just Grusha. That's gonna give you problems. So yeah, Grusha, if you can get her at +5 as high as possible with her own weapon, with the 9 gold badges, yeah, she is totally worth it. And obviously I chose her for one of the top 10 most impactful heroes for a big reason. She is an absolute monstrosity of a hero, and everybody's afraid to fight her when she's on defense, and she has all the bells and whistles with her. But if you decide to get NomNom at +5, I don't blame you. She's an amazing hero. But do take into account that if you don't have Grusha, you only have like 4-ish days to actually get her. While NomNom, you have 19 days to actually get her. So you do have to do your math and make sure that which one of the two is better for you. I already invested everything in NomNom, and I did not know that Grusha was coming, so I'm screwed. I'm pretty much screwed at this point. Obviously, after I get this gal at +5, I'm going to try to get this gal higher, because I do have Grusha, but it's +0. So yeah, I'm probably going to get her +1 or something. But to +5, I don't think I can. I'm not going to go crazy spending a bunch of cash to get her +5. But this hero, I will get her +5. Because I already have her +4. I mean, it's a no-brainer for me. So if you have NomNom +5, amazing, awesome. I think that she has a lot of potential and she can serve you very well. But number one option is definitely Grusha, guys, for sure. So yeah, I think that's all. Hopefully I'm not. Why is this? Okay, that was weird. All right, so I think that's pretty much it.
Taste of the
I think.
pleasure of love.
Let me think. All right, I already talked about everything, so we're finished, guys. So if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, please leave it in the comments, and we'll talk about it. All right, thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye bye.